My name is Jason Emerich. I'm the offensive line coach here at Wheeling University. I grew up in New Ringgold, Pennsylvania, which is on the eastern side of Pennsylvania. I went to Syracuse University, where I graduated with a bachelor's degree in sport management, master's degree in instructional design, development, and evaluation. I played football there for 5 years, from 2012 to 2016. After that, I ended up in a quality control position at Western Michigan University, where I worked with the centers and the guards and the tight ends. And most recently, for the last 2 years, I worked at the University of Minnesota as a graduate assistant with the offensive line. Well, my first car is a 2008 Chevy Impala, which I actually still have to this day. It's been rolling with me since I bought it. My dream car, probably one of the new Ford pickup trucks, because that'd be great to have rolling around in a pickup truck. Offensive line coaches, I feel like one of my offensive line coaches in college had a Ford pickup truck, and it was sweet. I don't think I actually have a favorite team or a favorite athlete. I think being a part of college athletics and being part of college football for a long time, you understand the work that goes into it, whether in a coaching side or the playing side. So anytime, whether it's professionally or even other colleges, any guys that I used to play with, former teammates or former players that I coached, anytime I get to see them compete and do what they love to do, that's really, I'm always cheering for them, and former coaches as well, guys I used to work with. It's the work that they put in and the hard work they put in, the sacrifice, so that's really enjoyable to watch them succeed. The best advice I've received in coaching so far was probably actually last year by really my former boss, Brian Callahan. One of the things that he talked about was always finding a better way to teach things and always find a better, more efficient way to do things. So even though you're working on and you know how to do things, or you teach things the way you teach them, always be in a constant pursuit to find a better way and a more efficient way to do it. All depends. Wawa, if you want to go with if you're going for a hoagie, because it's more fresh. But if you're going to go for like the cheesesteak, that type of thing, it's definitely Sheetz. My most memorable moment as a student athlete was actually the very first game at Syracuse University, September 2012 against Northwestern. It was the very first game in the Carrier Dome. And me growing up in a small town, we never really played in front of a ton of people. But the moment the garage door opened and the smoke started flying when we ran out the tunnel, the atmosphere and the feeling of being inside that building and the crowd noise and the epic game that we played, we ended up winning that game. But just the atmosphere and realizing that difference between college football and high school football, it was an unreal moment that I'll never forget. Most memorable coaching moment for me was 2019. We were at the University of Minnesota. We played Penn State University at Minnesota. It was one of the nationally televised games, pretty high importance game for us, and it was real important. Our guys executed and did everything they were supposed to do, and it was one of the biggest wins in the program's history in a long, long time. The expectations for my guys on a daily basis is that they're in a constant pursuit to change their best academically and athletically, and that they're always willing to focus on the details and over-communicate everything.